Hello, sir.
Hello,
How are you?
good, how are you?
I'm doing great. The last class, I asked you guys to work on questions on here on an if statement.
I didn't come last week. Let's see. Which one was it? My emperor?
It's it's basically selection structure homework. That's okay. We're gonna go through that today. I'm just waiting for people to come in. Looking forward to summer break.
Yeah, I can't wait.
You can't wait. All right. I'm just waiting for my people to come in. If they didn't come in, we will. You can get started, sir. Can you go back to the math template and try to do the first question
Yeah, sure.
on the selection structure? Hi, Nishal. How are you?
Hello,
How are you?
I'm good.
Okay. So in my math template limit side, there's a section called selection structure homework. We're working on that. So it's basically using an if statement, which we talked about last class, solving problem. So I want you to look at the first question.
Sir, where is it?
Sorry,
Where is like the assignment located?
it is located in selection structure homework. No. Boolean and condition. You find it?
Yeah, I found it.
Okay. What's these guys doing? Sean, unless you have catch up on things that you missed, this class is not gonna working for you. I don't think so you did. Nisha,
Yeah.
it is not gonna working for you. There's no way you should be able to see what's going on if you spend time on learning the things I show you on a quarter chess. Right? You have no idea what is this talking about. So learning need some um, um, any learning needs some initiative, right? So without that initiative, there's no way you can learn, right? I don't think so. You're putting an initiative, and then it's about initiative that it's not about a time, right? Time is there. Anyone can find a time. If they want to do it, if somebody asking for me to help, they say that I'm fully packed. I'm every day I fully pack at 10 o'clock. Somebody say, hey, can you please help me on the calculus test coming up? I will say, sure, I'll take the class. How about 11:50 p.m. to 12:50 a.m.? They say, sure, they would like to come. Then I will take it. Like if you couldn't able to do it, then you can always. There's no need to go to sleep. You just find a time. It's only one day. All right. I'm just gonna going back to see how to attempt. So it's just a quick review of this question. So first step, you really need to read the number of copies. So before I just do that, I'm gonna ask you guys to just really understand if you guys understand the question. So let's see. Nishar, if I want to print 752 copies, how much I have to pay? Do the math on the calculator, let me know. How much? Nishal, I'm not asking programming question. I am asking a grade 7 math problem. If I want to photocopy 752 pages, how much I have to pay?
27. Wait, actually. Oh, wait, never mind. $203.04.
So let me do this to make sure you got that right. What did you get? 300.
$203.04.
Okay. Let me ask Sharon, if I want to print 752 pages, how much I had to pay, sir?
Uh, How much? 400 pages?
752 pages.
Oh, okay.
How much I had to pay?
195.52.
Okay. So, Nishal, can you explain how did you get the number?
I thought it was the 500 to 749.
Okay, why do you thought that?
Or I meant I thought like it said like 0.27.
But I gave 752.
No, I mean like for like the amount per copy.
Okay, I'm gonna give you another one. Let's see if you can figure it out. 450 copies. How much I have to pay?
$121.05.
How much?
$121.05.
Okay, let me see. That makes sense. How did you get the number? Like, what did you do to get the number?
I did that. I did 450 and multiply it by the number per copy.
How much you multiplied by?
0.27.
But I give 450 copies. How do you multiply by 0.27? Like, how do you multiply by 0.27 when I give 450 copies? Like, how did you multiply? I know I need to figure it out. So where I may be wrong, but I just want to see. I give 450 copies. So how did you multiply it by 0.27? Don't you see that 100 to 499 is falling under this category? 0.28 per copy. Abigail, why are you joining at 8:30? The class at 8:15.
Yeah,
Sorry?
kind of forgot about it.
How about your sisters? Your mom is not at home?
Yeah, she's not at home right now, and Annika just joined.
Hmm?
Hmm.
So you both doesn't know that 8:15 class? What do you do at home?
Or
Really? Let me see if you really do the work or just on your YouTube. I can call your dad. He can check that whole sites that you guys are visiting. You have full access. Don't you guys think he can see it? He just monitoring all the sites you guys are visiting, the how much of time you spend on every site. Anaher,
yes,
can you
sir.
turn on the webcam? Why are you late?
I was using the washroom, sir.
Okay. All right. So um I asked these guys to do questions I assign on the homework. It's called selection structure homework. We try to solve the problem. The problem here is um, when you go for photocopying staples, the staple will charge you a different amount based on the amount of copies you photocopy. So they're given a cost for the amount of copy that you're going to photocopy. The question has to find out, based on the number of copies user is going to be told, what will be the total cost. So as a human, let's see, you're not working well on your high school and you need to find a part-time job or full-time job, you will be applying to Tim Hortons or McDonald's or Staples. When you go to Staples, Staples will have a sheet like this. So when the customer comes in, the customer is going to ask, hey, how much it'll cost me 500 copies? Is there any discount? Then you need to know how to read this chart to calculate that. And if you give the wrong, if you give them a wrong amount, then you're fired because you don't know how to do your math. So what we want to do, we want the program to do the job. So I'm going to show you how do I able to just write the program. First step, the input. The input is just blank number. There's no prompt. So when you're writing the program, you need to follow the expectation. So the input and output is going to tell what exactly you're looking for. So in this case, I'm looking for the number of copies. I'm looking for the number of copies. I'm going to read it. Now, based on the number of copies, I need to find the cost per copy. I need to find a cost per copy. I'm going to be writing an if statement because we have a different category. So how do I write the if statement? If the number of copies greater than or equal to 0, and we talk about how to use that operator last class, number of copies less than or equal to 99, then I'm going to say cost per copy, set back to 30 cents. 30 cents. Now, after writing that, then if I want to go back next condition, then we're going to write elif. Again, I'm going to copy and paste this. Pretty straightforward because I'm going to check if the number of copies on my next category greater than or equal to 100 and less than or equal to 499. If this is the case, cost per copy is going to be 0.28 cents. Now, I need to print the total cost. The total cost is, now a dollar sign, and then we're going to get cost per copy, and they're going to multiply it by number of copies. Something you need to know, we need to separate them. You need to separate that calculation by no space. Otherwise, it is just going to put a space between them. All you need to do is you need to continue this code because I did the first two if statement. Your task to continue the code. So if I click check, I might not pass the test cases because I didn't complete it. And then it says something is not defined, cost per copy. And then I'm using a lowercase c here. So I'm going to fix that. And I'm going to check it. I won't be passing my test case because I didn't really write the program correct, right? And the total cost is, oh yes, the total cost is, that's the message, total cost is. So I might pass the second test case because somehow I partially wrote it. So now, before you even write it, we also need to think what's really happening. We talked about last class. So we can combine Boolean expression with an operator called O to make sure I have done that with you. I'm going to going back to my code HS. I'm going to going back to my code HS assignment. So I can say whether I have talked about this last class. So last class, we talk about the logical operator. And then if I see that we did these two questions, I think I took it up the solution, the administrator, teacher, or student, where we were able to use the OR operator. So Shreya has done it. I'm going to see if Nishal has done it. So if Nishal has done it, Nishal should know how to use this because I can see this Nishal where, let's see, Anna has done it. Anna has done. Sharon didn't do that. She's away. And Marvin has done it. So you should be able to complete a task right now by writing the rest of the conditions. Can you guys complete that, please? Marvin, what happened, sir?
Oh wow,
Marvin.
I went out and I came back a little late.
Okay, that's okay. So we're doing some practice questions on if statement again on my side. So if you can log in, you should be able to see. It's called the selection structure homework. I asked you to do the first question. I gave a starter code. And I want you guys to continue from the starter code to complete that. I'm going to see how that's going on the other side. Are you guys following my instruction? What's happening there? It's based on what we talked about last class, how to use an and or operators. Nothing new. And I began and I have you guys are on your different wall. I didn't see that you guys have even just did it. You didn't even access that question. It's on my Math Emperor LMS under Boolean and conditions called selection structure homework. You guys came back for the past 10 minutes. What you guys doing? You didn't access the question? Anaha and Abigail?
I'm doing it now. I was just finding the link. Your Math Emperor one, correct?
Hmm?
Your Math Emperor one?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see an assignment. Is
You're
it in
unique.
home?
You are very unique. The rest is was able to see it.
Ah, I found it.
Okay.
Hold on.
It's called selection structure homework. Are you working on that, Sharon?
Yeah.
Okay. Garvin, can you access that, sir?
No, I couldn't find it.
Sorry?
I couldn't find it.
Sir, selection structure homework. There's a something shortcut. You guys are good at using Facebook, Instagram, just all the crap things outside, but you don't know how to use the technology, unfortunately. So if you don't find it, you can do Control F and then you can search selection. Then you can see it's going to directly go into that part. It's Control F for the search. Selection structure homework. Can you find it, sir? Hmm?
I'm looking for it right
What?
now. Yeah.
I gave the starter code. I want you guys to continue with that coding.
Sir, I'm
Mhm.
confused. It says that my first line is wrong.
Because you didn't copy exactly what I have. Look at my screen and then see exactly line by line, word by word, letter by letter, case sensitive, uppercase, lowercase. Did you copy exactly what I wrote? Did you?
Oh, wait, now I see it.
I didn't say Anna how you have copied any single line. I gave a starter code.
They're
On
trying to put the starter code into the thing. One
Okay.
moment, please.
Marvin, I didn't see you access that one chat. What's going on, man?
I did access. I'm writing in the starter
Okay,
code right
see, okay. Michelle, if your program doesn't work, you need to check it's exactly word by word, line by line. Everything is matching on what I wrote.
Wait, is like the screen you're showing my work?
Hmm?
The screen you're showing is my work?
No, it's my work.
Oh, okay, because
I want you to copy my work.
yeah, I did, but it's whenever I try to press check,
Because
it
you,
always gives me like an error message.
of course, you didn't copy exactly line by line.
Like it doesn't like
You didn't copy exactly line by line. I sure you copy exactly line by line. Look
yeah.
at that space here. I don't have any white space in front of the course per copy.
Yeah, I fixed that, but it
You
says
fix that? Okay, so let's see if you fix that one happening.
it's like it's not checking it. It's like kicking me out of the thing or something.
No, you didn't move it, lady. So all I see is, look at that. There's a space here. You have to delete that space. If you look at my code, that I'm already talking about, but I don't think so you fix that space. Look at my program. Where did I have a space there? Hmm? Where did I have a space? Okay. Now, when we comparing, so again, as I say, you're not taking any initiative to really check what we have learned. So I will tell you, ma'am, it is not going to go well. Right? So the key here is when we comparing, we talk about if you're comparing for equality, two values are exactly the same, we had to use the double equal sign. We never used to compare one equal sign in the program. That was my part of the lesson from yesterday. Let's see how Abigail Nishangan is doing. I'm not going to help. You need to match exactly how it's exactly look like, Abigail. Look at it, how exactly look like, and then see line by line. You have matched my code. And I didn't see you have wrote anything yet. What you doing?
I am writing.
Where are you writing?
What's it called? Section structure homework. Printing prices are typically based on the number of copies to be printed.
But I didn't see anything
Well,
being written.
yeah, for some reason, I'm trying to do the work,
Mhm.
but you know, like when you remember what you taught me last time to write the thing, you know, the semicolon, and then I write what I want for the if statement, then I press shift, and then it will perfectly align it. It's not working.
You need to manually do that.
What?
Yeah.
How do I make it perfectly aligned?
You need to manually make the space.
Uh, okay.
Okay, let's see what's happening with Sharon. So,
Yeah.
so you didn't really see in my first line, where did I ask into the number of copies?
Oh, you didn't write it.
It should be word by word, line by line, exactly the same thing, sir. Marvin, who's going to complete the program, man? There are so many different branches, sir. 100 to 499, 500 to 749, 750 to 1000, 1000 and above. How can you simply test it with that?
Sorry.
Huh? There will be more than two else if statement for this. Abiga, you still continue? Huh? I just asked to copy this and continue. Did you continue or use? That's your program.
I am continuing it.
Okay. You still need to fix your logic, sir. Chiron, it's not completely correct. Let's see what's going on in Nishal's code. All right, guys. Watch this, what I'm gonna do. First thing, second thing. So in my second category, I'm checking between 500 to 749. So 500 to 749. And then 500 to 749, I'm going to pay 27 cents. On my third category, I'm checking 752, 1000. I'm going to pay 26 cents. Else, because there's thousands and above, else doesn't require a condition. When we don't know, I don't need to check the condition. I can say cost per copy is equal to 25 cents. That's it. So if you have a multiple conditions, we need to write the if else if structure to check the multiple condition. Are you just following the logic?
Yeah.
All right. There's a second question here. Let me see if these guys actually doing the work. So Abiga still not copy that one yet. Nishal still didn't even copy things I gave. Okay. So Anahar was able to complete that. Iran is still fixing it, I believe. What is your mistake, sir? Why do you think it's getting a 0?
I'm trying to find it.
It's not less than or equal to 999. So less than or equal to 1000, man. The problem is the last, okay, don't do anything, okay? There's a good moment. So I want everyone to look at the code. This is what Chiron wrote. But on his code, he's getting a wrong answer for 2 places. So I want you guys to look at the code. Yes, Anaha.
The set quotation marks are wrong.
It is not a quotation mark. You can see the problem with the total. He missing the dollar sign. That's one thing. So he just put that, even he put the dollar sign, his math is, the math for the first one is not correct. Why do you guys think the math for the first one is not correct, Nishal? Why do you think the math for 1001 pages are not correct? And Abigail, why do you think then course for 1001 pages are not correct?
Is it because he used 999 instead of 1000?
Even he do that, I will say it is going to be printed like this. So learning computer science or coding, it just take a lot of effort, a lot of trial and error. So if you don't have a patient, computer science is not the way to go. Absolutely. You will kill yourself if you don't have a patient in computer science. Same apply in workplace. Computer science workplace will simply put you to add more stress. Add more stress. Sitting in front of the computer, your program is not working. So you need to find a way to see why your program is not working. So I'm going to be asking you guys a question to see. Nishal, you're going to be commanded, turn on your mic. I'm going to be enter 1001. So I'm going to ask you to answer the following question. Do you think this if statement will be true for 1001 copies?
No.
Oh, how about this?
Wait, is that 100 or 1000?
1001 copies.
No.
How about this?
No.
How about this?
No.
How about then this?
Yes.
Yes, because anything not in this range will come over here. When that is true, he just assigned the copy number 0.25. So he's assigning the copy number variable 0.25. So that means this is 0.25 and he's tried to times it by the paper price. The paper price is still 0 because it's never updated here. Times it by 0 is going to be 0. Sharon, do you understand? Hi, sir. I can't hear.
Yeah.
All right. So when it's come to computer science, if your program is not working, nobody's going to help. You need to find a strategy. So what my strategy is, I'm just tracing the code to see what's happening on the code. So if you understand that, so let's going back to an EQAO question. EQAO question. So here is an EQAO question came. So let's see if you guys really understand what's going on. Okay. So okay. So this is a program. So I want you guys to think about the program for a moment. Check the program. So I'll put that on the chat so you can have a look at the question. So let's going back to Abigail. What is the purpose of if-else statement used in this program? Abigail is still thinking.
If the answer turns out wrong,
Okay. And it turns out wrong. Barwin, what is the purpose of the if-else structure in here.
To determine if the integer is a positive or a negative.
So it is checking whether the integer is positive or negative. Why do you need to check it?
Because it's trying to find
Hmm?
the square root.
Okay, let's go back to Anaha. What is the purpose of the if and else here?
So the if is if x is greater or equal to 0, it prints out like a square root. Else it says that's not a real number because negative.
Okay, almost correct. Sharon, what do you think?
Just to say if X is a real number.
Okay, Nishal, do you have a calculator in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay, can you find out what the square root of negative 16 is? What do you get? Oh, math error. Math error. The whole idea of this program, you try to find the square root of the number. The purpose of if-else program is the square root cannot be evaluated for the negative number, and we don't know what the number user will entering it. So the idea to make sure that if the user enter a positive integer or positive number, we can find the square root. Otherwise, we want to give a message. So it's because you cannot find a square root. So let's going back to Anaher. What will be the output if the program, if the run with the user input of negative 4.0?
It would say error.
Let's go back to Varvin. Varvin,
It will say the square root of -4 is not a real number.
correct. So Anaha went back to her virtual world for a moment. So she didn't realize I am talking about the programming, not the calculator. That's okay, Anaha. This is the this is the advantage of watching all the crappy shows that comes along the feed on
That's
YouTube.
sister, not me.
All right, we're gonna move on right now. I do have my next question that I really want you guys to do the rest of the question as your homework for practice. So I'm gonna be introduce a new topic for today. All right. There are more questions there. I want you guys to practice. So we're gonna going back to some fun part of the programming. And I want you guys to see. All right. So let's go back to Anaher. Abigail. Let's see. I'm entering a username and password for my Gmail, but I enter the wrong password. What do you think will happen?
It'll ask you to try again.
Correct. Do you think somebody sit beside the computer to checking your password all the time?
No.
No. So the program repeats the process, isn't it? Program, repeat the process. So what we're going to learn today, we're going to call repetition. We're going to learn repetition. So let's going back to the one easy repetition structure called the for loop. So for loop. I want you guys to see what's happening. For I in range, 0, 10, print I. So I'm going to print it. I'm just going to run the program to show what's happening. I want you to observe the output. Okay. You see the output. What I'm going to do, I'm going to print them in the same line. I'm going to print them in the same line, so it's easy for you to see it. I will do my next one. You can see it. So here's my question. So Nishal, based on the first two observations, what do you expect to see will output in my screen? Based on the first two example, what did you expect to see being output?
Could you repeat the
Nishal,
question?
Nishal.
Yeah,
So what will be the output for my program now?
could you repeat the question again?
What is the output for the program now?
Wait, I'm confused.
What is the output? What will be printed in the screen if I run this time? So you see that when I run this, the first part, this being printed. When I add this part, this being printed. So I add a new piece of code. So I want you to predict what will be the output.
It will show numbers from 1 to 5.
So 1 to 5. Okay. And now let's go back to Abigail. Abigail. Is she
Yeah,
right? Is she right?
yeah, show numbers 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, she said 1 to 5. My question is she's correct?
No,
Okay. So she's not correct because she included the 5. It won't go to 5. So let's run that again. It's only going to 1, 2, 3, 4. So now what's happening? I is counting. 0 to 10 mean count from 0 to 10 goes by 1 each time. So 0, 1, 2, dot, 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 9. Do not go to 10. That's why it doesn't print my 10. This one doesn't print 20. That one doesn't print 5. So what's happening here? The program is simply running that many times. Now, instead of printing this, I say Python is cool. I don't really want the end. I'm going to take the end out. I also going to take this one out. Let's see what will happen this time. You see that it's print Python is cool, Python is cool, Python is cool, Python is cool. Rather than I'm writing with a pen and paper, Python is cool, the program is doing this. On the other hand, if I say I comma Python is cool, you can say 0 Python is cool, 1 Python is cool, 2 Python is cool, all the way up to the 9. So what's happening? Your program repeats 0 Python is cool, 1 Python is cool, 2 Python is cool, 3 Python is cool, 4 Python is cool, 5 Python is cool. Let's just keep on repeats. Now, what? Where are we going to use this? Well, there's a couple of things I should be able to show you. First thing, skip count for a in range 1 to 10, comma 2. Print a. So this is going to be a skip count. It's going to start from 1, then 3, then 5, 7, 9. It won't go to 11 because my final number say 10. So the last number tell skip count. So let's do skip count backward. So what that is going to do, it's going to skip count backward. You can see 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, right? Now the next one we can do, printing pattern. So let me show you what's pattern. So what this is going to do is going to simply times every n by 2. So when that's the case, 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 2 is 6, and so on, so on. So are you guys following an example? Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's a task for you. First pattern. Second pattern. Third pattern. This is coming in the Google Classroom. Okay, can you just get it done? In 5 more minutes. Let's see how do you do that.
Sir, sir,
Yeah.
remember how my classroom doesn't work?
Mm-hmm.
Can we try a different thing?
There's nothing I can do. I asked to create a different Google account.
But I wanna. Why, sir? Why do I have to create a different Google account?
Because there was a glitch in there. I asked to create a different one. You are not creating it.
But
Ask your dad to create a new one. Control C. Okay, let me put this. Let me put this for you guys as in here so I can see the work. But I have to go to my assignments to add it. So we are looping. I'm going to add my lessons under the for loop. This is going to be my lesson. Coding exercise. And then Python 3. Start a code. Oh, what is that being copied? Can you guys access this on the Codage site? So I can see the work. It's called loop demo. If you go back, looping unit 5 on a Codage rather than accessing Google Classroom. Access there, you can see that under the looping. You can see the task. So I can see how you're doing there. It's called unit called looping. Under the for loop, it's called loop demo. Sharon, can you access that, sir?
Yeah, I just got it.
Okay. Anaha, you should be able to access that as well.
Do I press for loops or while
It's
loops?
under the for loop. Looping, for loop. And at the end of the for loop, you can see that. Anna, how can you access it?
Wait, I'm kind of confused where you found it.
Coded chess. How come the rest of the class was able to find it? Where were you?
I'm just a bit slower, sir.
Okay, I see.
So I just need a bit more help. So my assignments, I go to the search, I press in the word loop, and then I see loops.
Another for loop. It's a loop demo.
For loop. What loop? There's so many for loops.
Where are you? Are you on the coded chess side?
2.4 for loops 2.4, 2.4.1 for loops, 2.4.2 for
It
loops.
is absolutely not in Math Emperor.
It's not. This is not that one. It's this is the one with the computer screen on it.
Yeah, but there's no 4.2. It's a for loop in 5.2. I'm not sure where are you checking that out. Abigail, did you find it?
Yeah, I did.
Abiga, come over here.
Yeah, Abigail also did the first question. Okay.
Okay,
So
Abiga, can you come
will
over?
Abigail help you out? Have 1 more minute. You can help her out to do the work. But before I move on, your homework is going to be in here. In addition to that, make sure you do the selection structure homework. If you are the person who forget things, you can put a big banner just hanging there. Do the programming homework in a big bold printed 40 points and go to sleep, wake up, go to school with that. So do you know when you go to, oh yeah, oh my gosh, I need to do that homework. Yes, this is the big bold 40 point. Oh, homework. So that will remind you have to do the homework for the next class. Yes, lady.
That reminds me, sir. Did you like the message I sent you?
Um, Abigail, did you show her where to access this?
No, she didn't. She's a bit rude.
All right, that's for you guys today. I will see you, some of you on Saturday, some of you on Sunday, some of you on both days, and then some of you again on my programming class on Friday, or some of you on Tuesday. But make sure you do the selection structure homework and also the loop practice. We'll continue from there.